and welcome to Only Fools and SAFC, back with another video. So I just wanted to jump on really and give my thoughts on the Ross Stewart situation, which seems to have dragged on now for God knows how long, and to be frank, it's getting boring. But yesterday, apparently Southampton had bid, I think it was initially £4 million for him. We've rejected it. Apparently they're expected to come back in with a £6 million bid plus a £1.5 million add-ons, which doesn't seem a lot, but you know, from the club's perspective, he's in the last year of his contract. We risk losing him for nothing at the end of the season. So you know, £7.5–8 million for a player who's injury prone, you know, and not played a great deal of football over the last year, is not a bad deal. Now I know there'll be quite a few Sunderland supporters who will be pissed off and angry about him leaving, about him not signing the contract. You know, has the club done enough to keep him? We don't know. We don't know what's going on behind the scenes. All we know is what's being reported in social media, and to be fair, it could be a pack of lies. So we didn't know. We'll not know the true story of what's going on behind the scenes. That there was a story yesterday about apparently the club have matched his wage demands that he asked for. He's still turned it down. He wants to leave, you know, and he wants to move to Southampton. But again, who knows if that's true? Tony Mowbray's been saying in his press conference that he wants to stay, so you're never going to get the actual true full story. But you know, like I say, from a club's perspective, for me, he has to go if they offer him that sort of money. Now you could argue, you know, Ellis Sims went for 10 million. Is Ross Stewart better than Ellis Sims? Possibly. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. You know, and it's that kind of horrible situation. Football's a business. At the end of the day, there's no loyalty in football. You know, there'll be a lot of people angry at Ross Stewart about, you know, he was a nobody before he came here. He's made his name at Sunderland. Well, that's just the way football is, I'm afraid. You know, there isn't any loyalty anymore. And if he wants to be away, and if I'm guessing going to Southampton, they'll be able to, you know, offer him big Premier League wages, if you like, even though they're in the Championship. They'll have the parachute payments. They can afford to do these kind of things. Plus the money what they're going to get from Che Adams apparently going to Everton. So, you know, it is what it is. There's not really much we can do about it. But like I say, from my point of view, I'm not too fussed if he does go. You know, we've managed in a way without him for the last year. Yes, he scored goals when he came back into the side part of last season, but you know, there's no guarantee he's going to come back and start scoring goals. He's going to be the same player. He might get injured again. So for me, it's a no-brainer. I just think if he's unhappy, there's no point keeping an unhappy player. Let him go. My main concern is what's going to be coming the other way. Now, as soon as that bid came in for him yesterday, the club should be looking at, you know, replacing him with that money, reinvesting that money straight away. But the worry is that we haven't getting a striker in now for the last 3 transfer windows. How we're going to get one in 1 or 2 days? You know, that's the worry. We had the backup plan of him staying here, being fit in 5 or 6 weeks' time, coming back into the side. That was the backup plan. If he's not there, it then leaves us with Meander and Emir at this moment in time, with the Russian deal still not completed, or apparently he's waiting for his work permit. Then he's going to have the medical. But by the way, we also know he's injured as well, so we don't know how long he's going to be fit before he gets into the side. So again, leaves us with Emir and Meander who's injured as well. So leaves with Emir. Now I didn't know if you seen Emir after the Coventry game, but he looked absolutely pissed off. You know, and the Coventry, you see the Coventry player tried to shake his hand, and he just looked like inconsolable. And he doesn't look like he's enjoying his football at all at the moment. So I don't know what's happened there, or whether he's just, you know, sick that he's not getting a game, or what have you. But we'll just have to wait and see. But that's just my thoughts on Ross Stewart. Like I say, I'm not too concerned. I'm not too fussed if he goes. Yes, he's a good player. Yes, he scores goals. But the current situation overall is from a business perspective, from the club's perspective, he goes. You know, and we'll make a fresh start. Ross Stewart's gone. Let's forget about him, and then we'll move on. and hopefully reinvest that money into somebody like Tom Cannon, but apparently Tom Cannon's now in talks with Norwich. Another one looks like we're going to miss out on. Now I don't know whether that's wages thing or whether we're just not prepared to pay the money. But apparently he's in talks with Norwich who've bid £7 million for him, and he wants to move there. So it is frustrating. You know, all these kind of targets that we've been linked with have gone elsewhere. Apparently Sam Greenwood, who we'd been linked with from Leeds, used to play with us, play for us as a youngster, went to Leeds, broke into their first team last season. He's gone to Middlesbrough on loan. You know, all these targets seem to be gone elsewhere now. I didn't know why that is. Again, what's going on behind the scenes, I didn't know. But a little bit of transfer news as well. Apparently the club blocked a move from Stuttgart for Pierre Egua, which is, I'm so pleased they've done that. You know, he's a massive part of our club. You know, he started the season really, really well. So to let him go as well would be an absolute, you know, devastating blow. So, but let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below around Ross Stewart and his potential move to Southampton, and who would you get to replace him? You know, who's out there at this moment in time that could kind of fill Ross Stewart's shoes? I'm guessing probably nobody at the moment. And our Kiefer Moore was the one that we've been speaking about on the channel quite a bit. I'd love to see him here, but again, would he go back to Cardiff? You know, that type of team. Who knows? But listen, there's lots of speculation going on behind the scenes. We don't know the true story. We don't know the full story. We only get to know what's happening on social media. Could all be a load of shite. We didn't know. But there must be some truth in it. Apparently Russell Martin spoke yesterday saying that Ross Stewart was one of the number of targets that they've been looking at. But we'll have to wait and see. So they clearly want him. It'll all depend. If Che Adams goes to Everton, Ross Stewart will go to Southampton, and then we end up with nobody. That's probably the situation that's going to happen, which, you know, is typical Sunderland. But like I say, I wouldn't want to be slagging off Speakman too much about this deal. You know, it is what it is. He's in the last year of his contract. If he's not going to sign, then let him go. That's up to him. It's down to him. If he doesn't want to sign the contract, we can't make him. That's not Speakman's fault. If we've offered him what he wants and he still says no, then I'm sorry, Ross, but off you go. You know, wish you all the best and what have you. But let me know what your thoughts are below. Watch out for the match preview coming out for the Southampton game at the weekend. Quite ironic that we're playing them at the weekend anyway, isn't it? They'll probably take Ross back on the team bus with them when they're going back down. But let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. Until the next one, take it easy, stay safe, and we'll speak soon. Ta-ra.